Hi, folks. Welcome to the first Daryl's Digest of 2021. Last year was tough on all of us. However, there were a couple positive things. First of all, y'all didn't have to see my ugly face when I was outside because I hid behind a mask. Second of all, I didn't have to smell no bad breath because everybody had it behind a mask. Otherwise, boy, did 2020 suck. Personally, the worst part of 2020 was watching my 16-year-old son lose his lower intestines and get a bag. We traveled 2 hours on the last day of 2020, and I think we had the last appointment at 3:30 to get a new plan for him. I had no idea them hotshot doctors worked that late on New Year's Eve. On January 26th, we'll head back down there, get some tests to see if we can get that damn bag reversed. Now, before I start, I want to give y'all some useful information. Yeah, right. Boy, the old brain's working tonight, huh? Okay, before I start, I want to give y'all some useful information. If you enjoy camping, Stars Trailer Sales on Route 219 north of Brockway is where you want to go. Okay? First, Greg and his wife are good people. They give so much of their time to our community. If you're looking to buy a new RV because you, like me, think 2020 is going to be a better year, stop in and look around. Even if you ain't looking to buy a camper, do this one for me. Stop in and make Greg show you everything he's got on hand, and then shake his hand and say that dumbass Daryl sent me in. All right, today I want to talk about us, you and me. Do you work on your mental health? Neither did I. Even after 2 major bouts of depression and 1 suicide attempt, I was just too busy. I know there's a lot of you younger folk that listen to these. Right, Dylan and Jared? There's some people middle-aged like me that might listen to these. And there might even be some people who fart dust that listen to these. So before I get rolling, I want to introduce something to you. This is Benjamin Franklin's T-chart. Now, if you have no idea who Benjamin Franklin is, stop watching this and Google him. All right, welcome back. Now I'm going to read a long quote from Ben himself regarding these T-charts. Now, guys, this is tough to read. It was English, but they talked so different back then and wrote different. So if I stumble, fumble, and bumble, I apologize to Uncle Ben and anyone else connected with him. Okay, this is his quote about the T-charts. My way is to divide half a sheet of paper by a line into 2 columns. Okay, that's pretty okay. Then writing over one pro and over the other con. Then during 3 or 4 days consideration, I put down under the different head short hints of different motives. that at a different time occur to me. For or against the measure. Okay? So let me try that one again, because that was a little rough. Okay? Then during 3 or 4 days' consideration, I put down under the different head short hints of different motives that at different time occur to me for or against the measure. When I thus got them all together in one view, I endeavor to estimate their respective weights, and where I find 2, one on each side, I strike them both out. If I judge 2 same reasons con and 2 equal 3 reasons pro, I strike out all 5. In thus proceeding, I find where the balance lies, and after a day or 2 of further consideration, nothing new that is of importance occurs on either side. I come to a determination accordingly. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm damn sure I can tell you I ain't never spent 5 days or 6 days thinking about a decision. The only way I did is if I was too scared to move on the decision I made. Now, how often do we make spare-minute decisions that change the directions of our lives? Heck, I did. I'm on a medication now to help keep the impulse section of my brain in check. Folks, that's why you hear me say over and over, find a good shrink. There might be something chemically wrong. Okay? How many of us write stuff down on paper? It took me 7 years of dementia before I started. So let's take Uncle Ben's T chart and work on us. Think of something that would change your life. I don't care what it is. Go to X college, go to Y college, play sports, soccer, basketball in college. Quit your job, start your own business. Or maybe just you're decided this year you're going to be a rock star at the job you do have. Write that idea or decision, across the top of a piece of paper. Then draw your T-chart, pro and con. Then for 4 days, write down everything you can think of that's related to your decision. In 4 days, we'll go through them together. Now, you want to keep your T-chart somewhere where it helps you to remember to keep thinking about it. Okay? So how does this help our mental health? Well, I'm glad you asked. Okay? I'm discovering some things in my journey. And if it works for me with my damaged brain, imagine what you can do with it with the healthy brain. This is the path I'm walking now. I say this all the time, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist, and I ain't no $25 life coach. And I've not played one on in the movies or on TV. I'm just me. I'm a guy living with dementia and depression who needs to change his life. I've done T-charts before. I used to use them in my business. But I've never done one Uncle Ben's way. Hopefully you're willing to try it with me. I told you in a prior video that I will fail in front of you. This might be the time. But if I was a betting man, I'd put money on Ben Franklin more often than not. Now yesterday, I took the king back to college. To get COVID tested, and now he has a week quarantine. Then they'll start basketball practice. Now if you know Carter, what I'm about to tell you will not surprise you. But before I tell you about yesterday, let me give you some background on this guy. Okay? Sunday after Christmas, his girlfriend drives the whole way over here to pick up his skinny assets. When she pulled in, folks, I'm telling you, he moved the fastest he's moved since November 20th. All I heard was a door slam and a sonic boom as they disappeared into the night. Now the next day, I'm being the Uber driver for Noah and Dylan. Now I see Christmas presents in the back seat beside Dylan. I'm thinking maybe he got me something. So I ask him, "Who are those presents for, Dylan?" "Did you get something for me?" "Hell no." They're for Carter's girlfriend. Now hold on. There ain't no way he can get from the back door to her car without going past our car. But he left her Christmas presents in our car. So Noah texted Carter, "How's Lexi like her gifts?" Okay, now we go back to yesterday. We got to leave our house at 11 so I can get him back. They only got a 2-hour window to get their COVID test. All right. So I wake him up at 7 a.m. I say, "King, you got to double and triple check that you get all your stuff. Because you can't see anyone for a week." I get that look. You know that look. That look when it, says, "Dad, you don't know feces." All right. So down we go. Of course, he's over there cutting logs. Now, let me tell you, if I knew I was not going to see anyone for a week, I'd be talking to everyone. I talked to the man on the moon. I talked to the lady in the next lane beside us. Heck, I might even talk to him. He might even talk to me. But no, he's sleeping. So we get there. He goes in and gets his test. I want to check in with the prince back home. But my phone ain't working. Okay? Now I need you to remember that. My phone ain't working. Alright. Here comes Carter. He's negative for COVID, so now we can move back into his room. With two of us, it only takes a few trips up and down. And we got him in there. Now in his suite, I ask him again, are you sure you got everything? I get the look. You know the look. Now he ain't gonna see nobody for a week. Don't you think he'd walk the old man out to the car? Mm-mm. Nope. As soon as I get into the car, I see it. There's an envelope full of cash. You know, the ones we like to see at Christmas. Because you are getting the gift that never gets returned. So I open it. You know, could have been for me, from my fairy godmother. Let me just tell you, that king had a heck of a good Christmas. But now here's the situation. The entrance door to his dorm is locked. There ain't nobody around because only the girls and boys basketball teams are back. And what? Yeah, my phone ain't working. So I fire up one of these cigars, hoping someone will come around. Nobody comes. So down the road I go. I stop a couple times, see if I can get my phone to work. Finally, I get into Washington, PA. And that damn phone starts singing like the Vienna Boys Choir. I pull over and call his kingship. I ask him, do you have any other cash? Oh, yeah. But I need you to bring that back. Now I'm 45 minutes towards home. But off to Bethany I go. On the way back, I'm reminded of this line from Kojak. Now, Selena, you're going to have to Google Kojak, because I don't even think your mom and dad remember him. So until the next time, keep counting those D's, and who loves you, baby?